Hey guys, Dr. 5 here with episode number 42, I think this is, of our FIFA 20 career mode, and we're kicking it off against Brighton in the Premier League away from home. If you remember a couple of episodes ago, we beat Brighton with our young team. We put in a pretty good performance with the youngsters. I think it was 4-1 was the final score. Alvarez got a goal. Burke obviously got a few, but Marlon's played through. It's a great save by the keeper there. Keeps the scores at 0-0. It's an incredible reaction save. Somehow Marlon doesn't put that right into the corner. He puts it right next to the keeper actually, and it is a bit poor, bit of a poor shot there for Brighton. But Collins rushes out, sweeper keeper, brilliantly gets the ball. As 37 minutes into the game, Gallardo, who has been on a pretty impressive run of form, plays the ball to Tonali, then eventually finds Chalano, who turns and plays the ball through to Chukwueze. But again, it's a great save by the Brighton keeper, keeping the scores at 0-0. I thought we'd intercepted the ball there, but Ashley Young continues his run down the left-hand side. He's got 3 men to aim at, 2 of which are in the box. Decides to go back to Ennis Bardi, the man that did score against us. He plays it to Grob. Shot. It was dipping. It was probably going in. But Collins could easily catch that one, and the scores remain at 0-0. Marlon tries to turn his man, plays it back to Gallardo. Gallardo down on this left-hand side. It's got a man in the middle. He's going to cut it back across, but the shot isn't that good. Pretty much right at the keeper. And with a couple of minutes left, well, a couple of seconds left actually, Marlon's played through, gets the better of Webster for pace. One-on-one with the keeper. Can he beat him this time? Took one too many touches and forced the ball way too close to the keeper. And the game's going to end as a 0-0 draw. A pretty poor performance if you ask me. We should have done much better. But hey, at least we didn't lose. At least we did not lose. We will be moving into the game against Chelsea as our next match. We're asked if we think we can finish in the top of the table. We're currently sitting in and around 2nd to 3rd place. So I think a top half of the table finish is more than likely. A mid-table finish is definite. Even if we lost every single game from now to the end of the season, I think we'd still probably finish mid-table. But Lewis plays the ball through to Dave Scott. Looks to get the better of N'Golo Kante, covering for Semedo, but it's N'Golo Kante. You can't get away from the man. We play the ball back to Lewis. He plays it to Harper. Again, you can't get away from N'Golo Kante. He's all over the place. As lovely little flick there by Werner over the head of Tomori. Gets it to Kovacic, who hits the post. Aspas lays it back across. We get the block and we do eventually clear the ball away. Very good effort there by the Chelsea attack. As we, from ourselves, have a free kick here. We're going to work our way up pitch. As Harper plays the ball up to Lewis. Lewis is going to play the ball up to Dave Scott. Looks to get the better of Semedo. Decides to go inside to Chalanohu. He's definitely got the pace over Saul. He's not the quickest. Chalanohu into Marlon. Turns. He's got all the time in the world, it feels like. And he just turns with the ball and strikes it into that left-hand side. And it's 1-0 away from home at Stamford Bridge. And things are looking good right now. But that is not it, as moving very quickly into the second half, the 48th minute, N'Golo Kante receives the ball, drills it up to Kovacic, out to Aspas. Aspas cuts it inside. We tackle him, kind of tackle him, we didn't really get the ball away. Jorginho has got a man out wide, decides to go inside the Kovacic, lays it through to Werner. Werner low, driven hard into that bottom left-hand corner. And it's 1-1, unfortunately. Very annoying. Just couldn't get the ball away. We struggled to just clear the ball. Maybe we should have just hoofed it out. But 55 minutes into the game, Tonali is looking to start an attack here as he plays through Reece James against his former team. Cuts it inside to Chukwueze. It's going to be backheeled back to him. Whip the cross. Overhead kick. Just wide of the post. If that was on target, I don't know whether it would have went in. I think Kepa probably would have had that one covered. But once again, Tonali down to Reece James. So this combination of Tonali and Reece James is working brilliantly. As Marlon receives the ball, he's going to play it to Chalanohu. A couple of step overs back through to Marlon. Gets the better of Gabriel Paulista. He's one-on-one with the keeper at a very tight angle though. Cuts it back inside and it's a great goal. He went from that tight angle and he cuts inside, gives himself the favourable advantage. He kind of chips the ball up for himself from that cross, and he kind of volleys it home. It's a really nice finish from a it's still a tight angle that he scored from. But with 15 minutes left in the game, Lewis wins the ball, plays it up to Chalmers, first time to Tonali, waiting for Reece James to make that run, and eventually he does. Reece James charging down this right-hand side, plays it back into Tonali, first time ball through to Chukwueze. He's got two men arriving in the middle, Alvarez and Marlon. Lils it back to Tonali, whose shot is right at Marlon, puts it in the back of the net. But Marlon was unfortunately offside when the shot occurred. It's not going to count, but that's absolutely fine as the final chance comes here from Chukwueze. Whipped across to Marlon, falls to Gallardo, right at Kepa. But that is going to be the final whistle blown. We are going to win this game 2-1, picking up all 3 points as we move into the third and final game of the episode, where we will be taking on Wolves at the Hawthorns. As at 40 minutes into the game, Gallardo receives the ball. Just trying to find a bit of space, trying to find an option to pass to. Goes to Alvarez. Alvarez strikes it, trying to, with the outside of his boot, curl that one into the opposite corner. Burke gets on the end of it, but Burke eventually will be called back for offside, unfortunately. 20 minutes into the game, Alvarez looks to get better of the defender, Cutrone. Well, it's not even a defender, it's Cutrone that was marking him there. But that's forced him up. Tonali runs into the base. Burke then finds some space, shoots it, blocked. Great save by the keeper as they clear it away to Reece James. Alvarez looking to get right back in to Gallardo, but eventually Ryan Bennett gets the ball away. Gallardo there, going to intercept the ball brilliantly from a very poor pass. Straight to Alvarez. Alvarez cuts inside, skips past one tackle, cuts back inside, and then goes back out wide. Little fake Rabona, lays it across. Marlon's strike is unfortunately right at the keeper. We're having all the chances, we just can't put it in the back of the net right now. As Reece James just running around like a headless chicken, basically. But Cutrone has the ball intercepted by him very nicely. Great defending. Chukwueze to Alvarez. Alvarez is going to charge forward and play it back to Chukwueze, but continues his run in the middle. Chukwueze's definitely got the pace over these defenders. He's in the box. Dangerous position. First shot was blocked, and then the second cross onto the head of Alvarez. He makes it 1-0, and it is a very nice goal. Pretty annoying that the initial cross was blocked, but the second cross was much better into a much better option. But Wolves are not done there. Just before the half-time, Vlasic going to play the ball through to Cutrone. First shot for them, and it was actually well saved. It wasn't on target. It definitely went into the side netting, but Collins caught it just to make sure. But moving into the second half, the ball's whipped across. Collins gets his hand on it, and we're going to look to counter-attack here as we roll the ball to Tonali. Tonali's going to see Alvarez on his inside, decides to go to him. Ball's a bit too heavy and actually falls to the Wolves defenders, but Alvarez isn't going to finish there. He's going to put the pressure on here, and he's actually going to win back the ball very nicely. First time ball down to Ollie Burke down this left-hand side. He's playing on the wing today. Back inside to Marlon. Marlon through to Alvarez, gets the better of the defence. One-on-one with the keeper, and he knocks it past Roy Patricio. 2-0. He's on the brace, and he has still got a very large chunk of the game left to get his hat-trick and bring home the match ball. 73 minutes into the game, Matt Doherty out on the right-hand side. Plays the ball up to Cutrone. First time back to Doherty from just inside the box, put strike hit, but it is just wide of that post, unfortunately for him. As Lewis from this left-hand side plays the ball through to Oliver Burke. Alvarez has gone up top now for these last couple of minutes just to try and get that hat-trick, which he will get. With 13 minutes to spare, Alvarez, the youngster, comes on. He does the Spanish Archer celebration, Fernando Torres-esque, and he makes it 3 goals for us. 3 goals for him. He's bringing home the match ball, and with 10 minutes left in the game, Vinagre down this right-hand side, cuts inside. Lewis can't quite get on the end of the ball. Vlasic, he's going to play the ball into Josh King. Plays it through to Raul Jimenez, and Jimenez just nicely, calmly tucks that one past Collins. Unfortunately, we're not going to keep the clean sheet, but Alvarez is going to just mug off Morgan Gibbs-White there. Tries to get past Klinman, but he couldn't quite get past him. But that is going to be the game. A 3-1 victory for us. Alvarez is going to receive the match ball. 4 attempted chances, 3 goals. It's a pretty good conversion rate if you ask me. And that is going to be it for the game. That's going to be it for the episode as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace. I'll leave you with the press conferences. See you tomorrow.